Welcome to the Raw Dogger Sportscast. I'm Sean Watson.
I'm Ryan Kessler.
And I am Brandon Painter.
Well, guys, another week in the books. 2020 or 2022, 2023 playoffs. Yeah, no, they weren't playing with masks on. Not that guy.
In the NFL Dome.
Yeah. I'm going to start getting right into it. Mainly NFL Divisional Round. Chiefs 27, Jags 20. Jaguars covered the 7.5 on this. Mahomes injury. So I sent this to you guys. So Bradshaw made the comment. It was actually during the what was the night game on that or on Saturday? Yeah, Philly Giants. He was on there and he was talking about. He said the MRI came back negative for Mahomes. Then it came out on Twitter on Monday morning that it was negative, or it was positive. High ankle sprain. Sorry. Immediately the line went from Chiefs -2.5 to Bengals -1.5.
Damn.
And there was still 80% of the cash, 80% of the tickets. It was still pushing that line. So at that time. So what are we thinking about Mahomes here? I mean, obviously we'll get into the championship game, but what was your immediate reaction? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, when he went down, I saw Chad Henne come in. It was like PTSD.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
And he comes in and just goes 90.
It's third and 19.
Yards.
You just let him run.
Yep. Let him run.
Were you surprised that 37-year-old Chad Henne came in the game and what was he 5 for 7 for 23 yards?
It's just teams like that. Doesn't matter what happens. It all works out.
Yeah.
I mean, when he went down, even after that drive, I kind of thought that, Jacksonville was, and they did make a run at it. If that fumble didn't happen down there in the red zone,
right?
I mean, who knows how that game would have ended?
True.
I mean, they played a hell of a game.
Kelsey,
beast.
Ungodly.
He's a cheat code.
Whether he's in man, whether he's in zone, he's finding the soft spots. He's getting off the defender.
To just watch his route.
14 for 98 on 17 targets.
Yeah.
Can he become the best tight end ever?
It might already be there.
Yeah.
That's actually what I was going to find. What do you think?
I think the only guy close is, people will give you shit because they like Gates and Gonzalez, but Gronk, I think, is my best.
Gronk was going to be the one that I probably put up there.
Best. But Kelsey's so good.
Kelsey
just does everything so good.
Are the Chiefs going to have to win more Super Bowls for him to pass Gronk?
He'll have to win a couple more probably.
I mean, in your mind?
My mind, so
that's not really a position that Super Bowls matter.
And he's got one.
He's not a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, when you're talking about Gonzalez, you're talking about Gates.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, he's broken basically all of their regular season records, hasn't he? Like catches and
I think
yards in a season, touchdowns.
I think it's first 5 seasons he has like every record possible for a tight end.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go down as the best.
So he's the Bo Jackson of our generation on Tecmo Bowl. You just get Kelsey out there.
He's a piece of shit on Madden too.
Is he?
Yeah. He really is. Like just the way his presence on the field. He runs his own routes. It's just an area he needs to be in.
Right.
He just finds the spot and he's
got
wide
the
open
perfect
every
quarterback
fucking time.
for him.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was even eating with Alex Smith there. So
yeah. Well, and that was the other thing too. You definitely saw Henne was targeting Kelsey.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was a safe out. Of course, the tight ends are always safe outs. With quarterbacks coming in or rookie quarterbacks for the most part.
And that's going to be a mismatch against anybody.
Right.
They don't have Tyreek Hill now, but Cincinnati's still going to have to cover him. Good luck there. They're going to have to. Hopefully, they could run the ball a little bit because with him not being as mobile as he wants to be.
Yeah, Mahomes. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mahomes
good.
So good too.
Yeah, even when he was hurt, it's like Jesus.
Throwing 30-yard just jump passes.
That one he threw to Valdez Scantling, wasn't it? Off his left foot, and they even made mention of that.
Yeah. Well, I was a hater on Mahomes his first 3 years. I didn't buy in. I'm a full-on believer now, but the way Collinsworth is just on his dick is so fucking annoying to watch during a game.
I agree.
Like I saw a clip, which I remember seeing it live, but I thought he was talking about a different play when Lawrence missed Christian Kirk deep by like a yard.
Mm-hmm.
And
it hit his hands.
I know. That's Collinsworth is like, yeah, you'd overthrow a guy by 60 yards, and I'm just like, what the?
Well, I think I text you guys that too. I'm like, how does Collinsworth? I think so. I'm like, how is that an overthrow? What's Collinsworth talking about?
Yeah, Mahomes is really good, but some of the stuff they just lose their minds over.
Yeah.
Well, at any time Joe Burrow plays, you got to hear about it the entire fucking game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that whole first half, like they were just wide open.
Yeah.
Like he just had to hit a pass 5 yards.
I told my brother, I'm like, the Bills just sucked. They just looked like shit. Like the Bengals didn't play that great.
No.
The Bills just played that fucking bad.
Right.
And that whatever defensive strategy they had going into that game was like, I thought I was watching Joe Wood's defense.
Yeah.
There's dudes open everywhere.
Yeah.
He made a couple good throws for sure. But like they made it easy on them. They couldn't stop the run. I've never seen their front play that badly. They didn't have any pressure on three backup offensive linemen.
Yeah. We're going to get into that game.
Yeah,
but that's okay. No, that's fine. Trevor Lawrence. Oh, first off, though, Isaiah Pacheco just – and they made mention of it. I mean, how did this – I don't remember this guy at Rutgers. I just don't remember it.
Well, who remembers anything at Rutgers?
Right. I don't think
I remember him a little.
Rutgers forgets Rutgers.
Right. I had him on my fantasy team for a little while, but then they didn't really do shit, and then that's when McKinnon started showing out. But as a pure running back, Pacheco he's good.
You know, and I agree with those guys when I think they actually hit this on the head, and I'm not going to give Collinsworth credit, but somebody said, no, I think it was on McAfee. The next day, he was talking about he runs with. He doesn't care. Yeah, it's like an angry runner.
It's kind of like Kareem Hunt, but more control.
Yes.
Kareem ends up in the fucking air and crazy.
Yeah. So I think, they're definitely going to have to lean on him. Pacheco, 12 for 95. He had that 39-yard long run. That was right before the halftime, right? Mm-hmm. Same drive as hitting Kelsey. I mean, I thought he was going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, what did they say he's running, like a 4.3 40 or something?
He's fast.
He fast.
Oh,
he fast.
He makes fast people look not fast.
Well, what do we think about the Jags? Trevor Lawrence, 24-39, 217, a touchdown. Had the late pick. I had that on there. I was super happy because I hit the parlay.
I think if Trevor just start if Trev could start a game just like comfortable. He is so uncomfortable for at least the first two possessions. Mm-hmm. He looks like an alien trying to play. Like he acts like he has no fucking idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
So you lose 5 minutes of the game before he's even in the game.
Right.
If he can get that shit figured out, I think he'll be good.
Well, I think you make a great point there. I think a great example of that is probably that Dallas game where the Jags came back.
Yeah.
I mean,
last week.
That's a great, that too. Yeah. True. But I mean, I don't know if I want to group Dallas in with Brandon Staley.
No. Right.
But
they have enough talent on that Chargers defense, though.
Yes, true.
No, I like I said, I watched that game. Jacksonville looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, they were right with them even before Mahomes got hurt. So they'll be back next year.
They had to play Kansas City. That's the only.
Right.
I think they play the Bills or Cincinnati real close. They just had to play Kansas City.
I think the Jags too. They did a good job rotating in ETN and Hasty.
Yeah.
That really helped. I mean, if they can keep those guys, of course ETN's there, but I don't know about Jermichael Hasty. I don't know if he's under any kind of contract or was a 1 year.
I'm not sure.
But I mean, if they could kind of keep that up, but I mean, even if you went,
was James Robinson hurt or something? Is that why Hasty was playing?
James Robinson went to the Jets.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he went to the Jets like mid. I think it was before the trade deadline, even like way before.
Well, it was like right when their running back got hurt, wasn't it?
Oh, Breece Hall.
Yeah, Breece Hall.
Yeah.
It was like right around in that time.
Yeah, and Jacksonville's is going to have some cap room for the next couple of years. They can add a couple pieces on the defense, and
their defense is sneaky too. They have like a couple like unrecognizable name linebackers and edge rushers that are good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give them another year to develop.
Yeah.
They're going to be right there.
Defense. I mean, this is probably the two worst defenses we're going to see, at this point in the playoffs.
Jacksonville and Kansas City.
And
Kansas City's defense always shows up in the playoffs. So
yeah.
It's kind of like Indianapolis
I
back
just
in the
don't.
day.
I worry more about Kansas City's back end, and we'll get into that with the Bengals game. But I really worry about that with them having a lot of rookies back there in that secondary.
It's like every team. Well, Kansas City for sure would love to have our back end.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Here's the other thing too. I wanted to bring this up. I don't think Ingram got enough. Like when Kirk went down, and I know Zay Jones is that big speedster. I don't think Ingram got enough when that happened. Of course, they had to kind of abort some of the game plan. They were losing by more. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Ingram is just one of those up and down guys, though. I feel like that's just who he is.
Yeah.
He has the ideal frame you want for a pass catching tight end. Sometimes I just feel like he's a head case guy, where he's just not all there.
Yeah, that could very well be.
He gets in his own head, and you're fucked once you do that.
I guess when I'm going back to some of the games that Jacksonville has started to dominate, Ingram's really a big part. I mean, he scored that touchdown last week against the Chargers right before the half. I know they were talking about he wasn't that happy in New York.
No.
Well, and I think too, you get it. Lawrence in that offense for a second year, they'll probably have more consistency with.
Yeah,
with
we can pretty much write off Jacksonville last year. It's just not even counting.
Yeah, that was
right. And as much as
irrelevant.
And I know I'm going to get shit on this, but I mean, as much as I dog Lawrence and I'm biased because of the whole Clemson and Dabo and all that, but he definitely, I think, made a pretty big jump from year 1 to 2.
Oh yeah.
And if we see that jump again next year, these guys could be right in the championship game
for sure,
or further.
And who doesn't love a guy that celebrates at fucking Waffle House after they win a playoff game? How could you not like that, dude?
That's true.
Paid with his black credit card.
Yeah, his one that's metal that he drops and it dents the counter.
All right, second game is Saturday. Eagles 38, Giants 7. Eagles were the favorite. They won and they covered. They covered big. 28 points in the first half.
I stopped watching it after the first half.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I
couldn't believe it.
I actually watched this whole game. I don't know why I watched the whole game, but I did. I mean, I might have nodded off there a couple times. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about, I think we all don't like Collinsworth. What do we think about Daryl Moose Johnson? And I had to look Joe Davis.
Well, thankfully I was at my dad's that night, and we weren't listening to
this game.
Yeah.
Well, I think you even told me that on the one game you had the volume turned down.
Yep,
I think it was the Kansas City game, so you didn't have to listen to Collinsworth. You listen to music. So
it's the best way to do it.
Yeah. The thing about those two guys, they kept bringing up, Hurts at least 3 times. I remember them talking about
not 100%,
not 100%, not 100%.
Put up 38 points.
Yeah, I mean he put 4 touchdowns. I mean Hurts 3 touchdowns in the first half. 3 touchdowns. Yeah, 2 passing, 1 rushing. The first one out to Dallas Goedert, and then Devontae Smith eating, and then he went ahead and rushed for the last one. Just an adjustment rush in.
He's so good.
He's good. I mean, if you would have told me that, Nick Saban went ahead and let this guy go so he could put Tua in position, and Tua made some great passes. And I remember when I was watching him
in the college game. Jalen Hurts has put so much work into
he got
himself.
Huge compared to last. I think he put on 15 pounds of muscle from last year.
He did, and then they were talking about how he's been doing leg presses since he was 8.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, okay.
It's cool. I love hearing him every interview he's in because he seems like he's like Andrew Luck, humble, which is what you want in a guy that talented. So
at 8 years old, were you mixing creatine and grape Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
He's got to get his amino acids.
Yeah, right.
Grape Kool-Aid.
Oh, cancel. That was just a random cool acquitted. All right.
I believe they call that purple drink.
Purple drink. All right. Philly with almost 2 100-yard rushers in the game. Sanders 17 for 90. He came out in the second half, which, I don't really blame him. But Kenneth Gainwell, 12 for 112.
And that's a good defense.
Yeah.
Especially a good front. Yeah.
Caked
it. It was
Eagles defense smothering Daniel Jones in this game. And, we were talking about this out there. How bad really is that Minnesota defense?
Yeah.
I mean,
and how good is the Eagles?
Correct.
That's how you fluster a guy like Daniel, like an unproven guy. You just get people in his face all fucking night, and he's not going to succeed.
Yeah. Well, and he held him because what did he have last week? I think he had 17 rushes against Minnesota in the previous week for I think he was the leading rusher. Barkley had 2 touchdowns in that game, but I think he had 78 yards. Rushing.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, against Minnesota.
Did he have any long runs where he fell with nobody around him? Or?
Sniper.
That reminds me of those the Chuck Norris deals where he's out there, he's snipering. Yeah, that is fantastic. Anyway, Daniel Jones, only 135 yards, 15 of 27 passing, no touchdowns, had a pick, and 5 sacks for 26-yard losses, 11.4 QBR. I mean, that Eagles defense is just, Hassan Reddick, and I was watching this, he had won his 1.5 sacks that happened back-to-back plays on the one.
Yeah.
And I still kind of disagree with that call. I think that was still a fumble. But you said you guys didn't really watch it.
My eyes were open, but I couldn't tell you what happened.
Right. you were full of Eagle.
I was more texting, talking shit to everybody in our group text,
right,
than actually watching the game.
Hassan Reddick, though, leading the defense, 5 tackles, 4 solo, 1.5 sacks. Like I said, three hits on Danny Dimes, but he's the league leader in sacks for the season.
I thought
with 16.
Nick Bosa was.
No, I looked that up. I didn't look at Bosa's actually.
Bosa has
Does he have more?
He had one last week, so he should have.
Well, I was talking just regular season though.
Oh, yeah.
Miles
without playoffs. I don't know what he had.
I thought Nick Bosa had
up.
18.5 ending the season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Miles had 16 too.
Because Reddick came in late, like in the sack leader. Because it was Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons. And then Reddick came in like the last
Bosa
4
18.5, Reddick 17.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Miles had 16.
All right, my bad. That was regular season only.
Yeah, because Miles and Reddick came in late because Parsons and Bosa took off.
Okay.
Sack-wise.
All right. Well, regardless.
Oh, he's stud.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of that, though, I mean, you have, what they say, 4 guys, including Hassan Reddick with 10 sacks.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Their regular season, they were 70. They had 70 sacks for the season.
Jesus. 2
off the 85 Bears, which people consider that, along with a couple of those Baltimore teams, as the best defenses ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
could we be seeing the next greatest defense of all time, depending on how they finish up here or don't finish up?
Yeah, I think if they go on and win it, it's going to be in the talks because it's just one of those things that go under the radar anymore just because of the way the league is, where you have so many prolific offenses. Even the bad offenses are good offenses 30 years ago.
Right. Well, and you also got to figure with 85 Bears, Jim McMahon was throwing the ball around, but nobody's throwing the ball like they are today.
No.
I mean, it's such
maybe the Dolphins.
Such a more passing. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, because he threw for 5,200 yards.
You're correct.
5,000 yards or whatever.
Well, just the 85 Bears, remember that their only loss that whole season was to Dan Marino and the Dolphins.
Yep. They got spanked, didn't they?
They got spanked.
It was like 38-7.
Yeah, they got smoked. So, Giants. Any bright spots for the Giants after this kind of loss moving forward? Obviously Dable. I still respect Dable.
That's their bright spot.
I mean, they got this far this year. Did anybody pick them to go to the playoffs this year? Win a first?
No,
I
didn't.
I think they have a championship-winning coach, but now they're going to fuck around and do something dumb with Daniel Jones.
Well, that's the thing. You brought that up too.
That's what's going to be the nail in the coffin.
I mean, I could see giving him like a 2-year extension for $20 to $30 million to see what's there.
Well, could they franchise
with Brian
tag him?
Dable?
Because he came in with the same year, didn't they?
Well, they didn't give him his 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So they have to extend him, or he's going to be a free agent.
Okay. All right.
Which, had they not got to the playoffs, I think is easier for them to do.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they could say, fuck it, and go after Rodgers, but is he going to want to go there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody to throw to. They need to.
I mean, if you think you're under the microscope just because you're Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay in a town of 500,000 people, try to go into the tri-state area in New York.
Yeah.
You're going to be,
especially for the Giants.
You're going to have an IV with ayahuasca.
Well, I keep seeing that they're talking about him going to the Jets, like he's trying to be Brett Favre.
Same deal. Yeah. Who knows?
It's like we're in a goddamn time loop.
Maybe he and Brett Favre were just texting on the side, even though they didn't like each other that much when they were playing. Like, you need to go here.
He's like, hey, so about these foundations, how do I get into that?
Tax free, you said.
Yes, I was going to say. How do I write that off?
On my enlightened journey, I was a being just taking everything from everyone.
Anyway, Giants only 227 yards of total offense. Big discrepancy here. Time of possession, Eagles 36, Giants 24. That's huge. Of course. And
I thought they were going to come out and play better than they did.
I did too.
Just because how Philadelphia played down the stretch in the regular season. I didn't know. I thought they plateaued too early, but apparently they didn't.
Yeah. And when I dug into the previous games of the season, they played each other within, a month of each other. One was first off, go back to the first one was December 10th. They actually brought Tyrod Taylor in for Danny Dimes, who was taking hits then. And then Danny didn't play in the last one. Davis Webb played, so it was kind of inconclusive, how that was going to be. It was kind of hard to really, as a betting perspective, I think it was kind of hard to handicap it. Because they blew him out in week 10.
But they barely beat their backups.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
That's weird.
That's why I didn't know either. I thought New York would come out and play a better game.
Yeah, I thought I was with you on that. It was definitely tough. Third down efficiency, another big discrepancy.
10 of 14.
Yeah, Jesus. 10 of 14 for the Eagles versus 5 of 13 for the Giants. Huge. Yes. All right, moving on to the game that I think we really, really want to focus in on. Bengals 27, Bills 10. The outright dog won in the Bengals here. Well, I think it got, 5.5? Brandon, did it ever hit 5? Did you see any 5 numbers out there? I don't think I ever did either. Thought it was a weird spread. Anyway, it was really a weird spread.
I thought it was too much.
Yeah.
And then the weather started coming in, and I'm like, fuck. I took the fucking Bills, and I hate that I did.
I know. This game seemed over before it started. Quite honestly, I talked to you. I'm going to let you guys probably take the lead on this, but I actually didn't get a chance to watch the game. I watched as much repeat film as I could.
I kept hanging on to hope just because I had bets on the over
for
the Bills.
Right.
But it was literally like watching a Browns game. Like times just tick, tick, tick.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, we need 2 more scores here. And then Cincy would fucking score again.
Right.
And then the Bills would do nothing.
Yeah.
It was like watching a Browns game, really. And I don't think Cincy played that great.
No.
I think the Bills just didn't. Like, you're hitting Jamar Chase with nobody within 25 yards of him for his touch. I don't understand how that's even possible.
Yeah.
Well, and then they had the one over the shoulder to Hayden Hurst for a second touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They must have went out partying or something the night before.
They might have.
Because, like he said, it was. But it's almost like every time I watch Cincinnati, it's like they don't look that good, but they just always win.
Yeah. And they got the dude there. I know you hate him because it's Cincinnati, but Joe Shiesty.
I think he is too, and I hate to admit it. I mean, and I think I don't want to admit it because he's in our division. Yeah, but man, this guy's
sickening.
It is. This guy's for real.
Like, how many fucking number 1 overall picks did we go through?
I know. Yeah.
And then they had one.
That's the frustration of
the year they suck. They
pick
pick fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok of Joe Burrow warming up where he did that throw where he spun. Did you guys see that?
I saw that too.
That is the smoothest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
It was really great.
If I would have saw that before the game, I would have put all my money on Cincinnati.
I will say this, though. It will be very interesting to see how he does when he doesn't have Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, and Hayden Hurst, and Joe Mixon.
Right.
Like, they are stacked.
He just still have them? Why doesn't
Good
any
luck
of them
paying.
have to go anywhere?
Yeah.
Well, when Jamar and T. Higgins need money, that's...
Well, and I think
But they already have... I think Boyd's on a 3 or 4 year, because he would have just got paid. Because Boyd's been there forever.
Yeah, but 3 or 4 year contracts doesn't mean you're going to be there for 3 or 4 years.
I know.
True. Well, Burrow's going to break the bank, right? I mean, Cincinnati's the Brown family's going to break the bank.
They got to do like a Pat Mahomes type deal with him. So they can shuffle money around.
And I don't
do
know...
some other shit.
I don't know this just because the way Joe Burrow is he going to demand that kind of money? Is his agent going to demand that kind of money? I know it might be lip service right now. I'm happy where I'm at. I just want to win. You're going to want to get paid.
He's smarter than that.
Yeah. No, and I'm not saying that, but
to my point about that is like they're literally the poorest ownership group in the league.
Oh yeah.
Like Jimmy Haslam can write a check for $230 million and put it in escrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike Brown can't do that.
Right.
No.
Right.
He can't even fund his stadium anymore.
Right. Fucking
what is it?
Goddamn Skyline Chili's funding half of it.
Yeah.
Well, the point I guess I was trying to make was, would he consider doing like Brady deals? Down the stretch.
That's what it's going to have. That's what it's going to have to go.
Right.
I mean, the cap's going up, but that's not the issue.
Yeah,
it's the guaranteed money.
I get he wants to win championships, but he's already down 2 knee surgeries. Like, you want to go ahead and get paid.
That's true. You make a great point. You make a great point there. I just, and then Brady.
How much of Brady's not taking money was backhanded by some crooked Robert Kraft deal?
Right.
Could be easily happen.
Could be.
Right.
Or I want to say this though. I think Joe Burrow, and just you brought up TikTok, the girls are all about him.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to be able to market. He's going to be able to market himself a lot better than Tom Brady at the same point in his career. I think he's going to get endorsement deals that he could supplement that. He doesn't.
They're going to pay him.
They are going to pay him.
The thing is are they going to be able to pay anybody else?
Well, and that's the thing is how much is Burrow going to demand? We don't know that yet, but they're in that sweet spot right now that everybody's trying to be in. You get the quarterback on the rookie deal. That's why they got to do a
Mahomes deal.
Yeah, but I think T. Higgins, in my mind, T. Higgins is going to want wide receiver 1 money.
Should. Yeah, he's a 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah, should get wide receiver 1 money.
But I can't see it because they already give Mixon a contract?
Yeah, and then they're going to have to pay Chase.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have to pay all those offensive linemen they just had.
That aren't playing.
That aren't playing. Playing.
So,
at least on the defensive side, they have some dudes that don't really demand any money.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give them this. They've built a defense with no-name motherfuckers that play very well, and that defensive coordinator deserves a head coaching job if he wants one.
I mean, you could keep Eli Apple for like a carton of cigarettes, probably.
Yeah.
And he's just happy to he'll go out and pawn his Super Bowl ring just so he can stay somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So if T. Higgins is going to want that money, Chase is going to want that money, and we just saw it this year with KC though. So Tyreek went to Miami.
Yeah.
They're going to be bad, but I'm not saying that they have a Kelsey there either. But we've kind of seen it. You could let a really good receiver go, and you can still go. So I don't see Chase or T. Higgins as a necessity. If you're that good, you could develop those players.
Andy Reid's offense and having a Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes.
He's the exception.
He's more talented than Burrow. Burrow may be big game guy, but he can uplift subpar talent, I think, more than Burrow could.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Stronger arm, could do shit that is unnecessary, like the jump
Russell
passes.
Wilson, like extending plays.
Yeah.
Burrow, he can do that, but that's not really.
It's not his. They showed something graphic, like he was like the fastest one getting the ball out.
Oh yes, because
throughout the whole year.
We knew who else used to do that? Brady and Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
both of them like some of the fastest ones getting the ball out.
Yeah,
we all hate Roethlisberger, So, but he got the ball out.
Well, he also was giant and extended plays.
He was.
Yeah, people just bounced off of him.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, he was just ripping through, tackles. Bengals, the penalties, 1 for 10. No, there are 2. They had 2. I'm sorry. 2 total penalties. Bills, 6 for 60. I think a lot of those Bills penalties, and this is just going, I didn't watch the game, but I'm just going back. A lot of them, I think, because a lot of them were pass interference penalties. There was holding penalties in there too. I think the pass interference, a lot of those were even on the back end because they weren't in a position. They were having to hold on to guys. I mean, what do you think?
With how many wide open people?
That's probably always going to be debate with us.
They're playing zone coverage with no footing, so they got to make up for it somewhere else.
I guess,
well, there was one down by the goal line where the ball was nowhere near the dude, and they threw the flag, and I was like, he kind of grabbed him.
This is the Browns.
Yeah, I was like, why is this? It's just like PTSD every week.
Right.
With these fucking calls.
Bill's only converting, I think this is a big deal too. Bill's only converting on 1 touchdown to 1 of 3 of the red zone trips. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And actually, the Bills, I looked this up. They were in the bottom third on red zone. So is Josh Allen trying to hit the home run ball too much?
That and they need a different, like, their offense is just like all shotgun all the time.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
I think they're maximizing Josh Allen's maneuverability while they can. Because him in space is just fucking good luck.
Yeah.
Like, he's a giant person.
He is.
He has linebackers bouncing off of him when they go. Well, you remember the stiff arm.
Yes.
He had a person literally laid out completely sideways. A grown man. And nothing.
I heard.
I just think there can be a little more. Like,
they don't have a run game. That's a fucking problem.
At all.
I think that's a huge problem.
You take Cook, but Cook isn't a 1-3 back.
Yeah.
He's a third down guy.
Yeah.
He's elusive. You need a fucking Nick Chubb if you're the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they
need.
need.
Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
Maybe.
Once again, I'm going to go back to that. I still cannot figure out why they didn't try to get Kareem Hunt. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. I think you and I talked about it. I could definitely see Kareem Hunt before the trade deadline going to the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm like, how it almost seems natural. And then once again,
he would have fit into that offense perfectly.
And then they go out and get Naeem Hines.
That's probably where he's going to go this offseason. I would put.
And
money
you're
on
using Naeem Hines to return kickoffs?
Okay, right.
What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, is that the best they could do?
Maybe they didn't want to give up what Cleveland wanted for him.
Maybe.
Because I'm sure they probably were going to get rid of him for anything less than like a third rounder.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, is that a mistake on the Bills front office? Because I mean, if you're all in to win right now, which once again you're in that sweet spot just like Burrow, right? You're in that sweet spot just like Burrow is. Although they paid Josh Allen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you're in that area, and it's like, okay,
which is
take a pick, give him a third rounder.
When they paid Josh Allen and then they gave fucking Von Miller all that money, I still don't understand where all their money, how they do their cap, but they're doing a hell of a job.
Yes, they are. They are. You guys knew who the defensive coordinator is for the Bengals?
I can't think of his fucking name.
I had to look this up. I have it down in there.
I'm reading it, but I have no idea.
Lou Anarumo. I had to look that up. And for what Pro Football Focus, the article that I read about him, maybe one of the most underrated defensive coordinators in the league.
I can tell.
This scheme, and I know we want to go there, but
they shut Diggs down.
Him scheming. Is there a real thing with how they scheme this game?
If you can make Hendricks and Hubbard
versus the Bills
look good, you're doing something right.
Right.
Because they're smaller, undersized, slower, and they're not TJ Watt.
Right.
And he makes both of them shine.
Yeah. I mean,
you're doing something right.
The article went on and it talked about he's not really a fanfare guy. He's not up there. Like I said, I didn't know who it was. I didn't know who their defensive coordinator was.
I've never heard that name.
Yeah. But it went on to talk about how he gets the most out of the players, and I think we're seeing that.
Yeah.
We're definitely seeing that. I want to say it was a fluke last year. I don't know. But we're seeing it now.
It's not a fluke.
It's not a fluke. And I hate to admit it.
Why did we have to get Joe Woods and then Zach Taylor gets that guy?
Right.
Zach Taylor, who was a fucking tight ends coach.
Lou Anarumo.
Yeah. There you know who that guy was.
No, never.
The biggest thing, I think my takeaway of this whole thing is if you have 3 starting offensive linemen out for your...
Yeah, dude, that's what I could not understand.
Their team last year.
Yeah.
Like they went out and got offensive line help, and then now they don't have any of them.
They didn't have any. So are we throwing that on McDermott? Because he's supposed to be a defensive guy.
Yeah. Their defense looks
Anarumo's over there scheming.
Yeah.
What's McDermott doing? And I know they all love McDermott, and I don't...
I've never seen more wide open... Maybe it's the snow, but I've never seen more wide open wide receivers in one game in my life.
Or wide open holes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they made Joe Mixon look like a top
like
2
that same
back.
front shut down Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I think Mixon had 105 yards.
Yeah, and Chubb had like 19 against them.
Yeah.
You're telling me our offensive line's isn't as good as Cincinnati's?
Yeah. I agree with you.
Like they just played like shit yesterday.
Yeah.
Or not yesterday, but
Sunday.
Yeah, but you give up, so it was 172 rushing to your opponent on 34 attempts, 5.3 yards per play. You're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
You're going to lose the game. Another thing I kind of got into here, so the best 2 defenses the Bills played this year before this game, and I'm not saying they're a great defense, but they're certainly playing up when they need to play up, is the Pats and the Jets. And I didn't really think about that until I started going back through their other games. I'm like, yeah, this is not a good defense. This is not a good defense. They beat the Patriots. They smacked them. I mean, it was close the last game of the season. The Jets beat them once. They held them to 17 points. So
it seems like that's what you get with Josh Allen. You either have you score 40 points or you can't get anything to happen.
Right.
Yeah, because, we talked about last week against Miami. There was a giant lull in that game.
Yeah.
But they're also an offense that can score in a second.
Yeah.
So it's just...
And I even said that, too.
Feast or famine.
I even said that, too. But that goes back to my other point, too, is, and maybe Ken Dorsey's the one to blame. If he's not getting Josh Allen to do more of what Burrow's doing, maybe?
Yeah, because there wasn't a lot of checkdowns like Burrow's.
Right.
Hitting a lot of five and under.
Weather played a big scenario because there was long balls to like Gabe Davis that was a touchdown, but he fucking dropped it.
Yeah.
Like, that is a huge swing in the game.
It is.
And, Joe Burrow is throwing to wide open Jamar Chase where he can catch it right in the chest.
Right.
And we all saw the snow. That was that heavy, wet-ass snow bullshit.
The lake effect.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. 49ers 19, Cowboys 12. Outright win and cover by the favorite here. Minus 3.5. It got to 3.5. It was right before game time. I think this game came down to Dak mistakes.
Yeah. What did the Cowboys do?
I don't know.
He's obviously not the fucking guy.
He played he probably played one of the best games he ever played against Tampa. And now, granted, that was Tampa. We know they weren't the defense they've had last year, the year before. But boy, and the Niners defense is phenomenal, and we all agree with that.
Yeah.
But what he had 2 picks. He could have had 2 more.
Yeah, for sure. There's 2 dropped.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like I didn't watch him earlier on in his career, but it just seems like he's seen ghosts out there at this point.
Yeah.
Like that first interception he threw, I was
the
like,
first pick was so bad.
He threw it like right to the defender.
Yeah.
There had
to have been just like
he couldn't see him or something.
There was an offensive lineman's head like right where that guy, because that was so bad.
Yeah. So that I can kind of see you'll have that. But yeah, it's every week at this point. And like you said, they played Tampa last week. He looked good. I think though they're at the point where they have to stay with him. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, you already paid him.
Yeah, you've already paid him.
And it's not like he's god awful. Like you're going to be a playoff caliber team as long as he's the quarterback.
Right. But you know how Jones, what he wants to do.
Jones wants it all.
But Jones,
he also likes to be right.
Yeah, correct. Great point. He doesn't want to give up on day. He's got a lot of ego.
Yeah, but you ain't got that many years left.
You're right.
He wants to see
That's true,
one.
too. That's true, too. I mean, it's been
is it Kellen Moore?
Once again, is it?
I don't know. I feel like since he's been the OC there, he's been a lot more turnover prone.
Yeah.
There must be something, like, analytically we're not seeing where it's easy to hide guys. Because he throws a fucking pick every game. Like,
yeah. He's been a turnover
defenses
machine.
Must just learn how to hide guys against them because routes they're running or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean...
And they do very basic-ass shit in certain situations. Like, the one pick on Gallup, like, the corner just is like, okay, it's 3rd and 9. I know you're going to stop at 11 and come back to 9.
Right.
He just bid on it. Like, that's a basic-ass fucking play for a dude that's prone to throwing picks.
Yeah. Dak, go ahead. Brian.
Well, and Pollard going out, I don't think helped him.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to have that. Yeah. That definitely didn't help, but I mean...
They played a hell of a game. They had a shot. I mean, their defense showed up.
That's what it came down to me is what Dallas defense was going to show up in this game.
Yeah.
Was it going to be the Dallas defense that let Jacksonville come back, score or have 503 yards on them, come back and win in overtime? Dak with the pick six that ended that game.
Yeah.
But even before that, though, that Dallas defense, it was bad that game. It was bad.
Yeah.
And then we saw, the end of the last season or the last game of the season, scoring 6 points. Washington, another great defense.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dak had picks in that game. I would bet he probably
I think
did.
he had like 3.
Did he have 3?
I didn't watch a lot of Cowboys games this year, but a guy I've seen around the football all day was Lawrence. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
Always. Like, maybe it just injury report he's not in that game, but he definitely compliments Micah Parsons big time. Because that dude's fucking everywhere on every play.
Well, and that Van Der Esch is a pretty damn good linebacker that they have there.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He's about a solid.
Well,
but he's nothing compared to the Niners.
Boise State? Didn't he come from Boise State, I think? Is that pick?
Could be.
I'm almost positive. You have to look that up, but I thought that's where he came from.
He always reminds me of the movie Euro Trip, where they go to Club Van der Six. That's all I think about every time I hear his name. And he wears a goddamn cowboy collar like a homo.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it.
The collar or being a homo?
I love it in high school. It's cool.
Yeah. Purdy continuing to shine here.
That was Boise State too, by the way.
Was it Boise State? Okay. Down the stretch, into the playoffs, he's now 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, a 4-to-1 ratio, and 7 starts.
He's as solid as you can get in a guy, but how much is Shanahan?
Yeah, and we don't know that.
Probably 60%.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And Ryan and I even talked about this, that sophomore slump with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Can he do it again next year if they decide to keep riding with Purdy?
I don't see why they wouldn't.
What the fuck?
You ever riding Purdy? We got to
catch me riding Purdy.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
They should, but
yeah,
I'm hearing Brady talks.
Me too.
Niners.
Me too. And we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But what a way to shell confidence in a rookie quarterback that's done this well for you, though. And I get it. You
to
bring
say,
Brady in.
We're not going to pursue Tom Brady because we believe in you.
Yeah.
Like, how big does your dick get?
Yeah.
After that,
That's true.
He's the only rookie to ever beat him.
And I think another great point with Purdy is he doesn't turn the ball over. He's like the anti-Dak. He's like he doesn't turn the ball over.
And their offense is just kind of like, even though that was a defensive game, they're still like really fun to watch. The motions and stuff that they do.
Oh yeah,
How they line
there was a
everyone up.
dude freaking out on TikTok because of Kittle's catch he had.
Yeah,
because he was second in, which made him ineligible. But
I saw
both
that.
wide receivers were off the ball. So I'm like, hey guy, like he's still fucking eligible. You don't have to declare him.
I saw that
you dumb fuck.
same TikTok. I commented on that. I said, "You ever heard of a 2 tight end set?"
Yeah, exactly.
You dumbass.
It's a conspiracy. It's a setup.
I think
you like, Jesus.
You and I have the same for your pages, I think, except for the porn.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, mine's all dark.
All right. So McCarthy choosing to punt, had 3 timeouts left, over 2 minutes left in the game. Had the 2-minute warning. What do we think about that?
Just a couple bonehead plays.
I mean,
really?
Dak got sacked on that 3rd down, put him at the 18. You have to punt there.
Yeah, you have to.
I hate to pin. I mean, I'm not going to pin that one on McCarthy.
No.
Not with 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning.
And how well your defense is playing.
But then Shanahan, it was really good. He took a gamble. So first down play, it was 2:05 right before the 2-minute warning. You're expecting they're going to run with Elijah Mitchell. He throws the Kittle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Before that. So.
Well, he knew the clock was going to stop either
exactly.
way. So smart.
And very smart. Very
it's like
smart.
he's the only coach in the league that's played Madden before.
Dude, there are some coaches that are so bad at clock management.
A lot of them.
Well, McCarthy, he's been bad. I mean, he's really kind of been bad about it.
Can't you just hire a person that is a fucking clock management wizard?
Yeah.
Right.
To just say, you chime in. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, do that.
Some 10-year-old kid that just all he does is play Madden all the time. He's like, yeah.
3 seconds.
Yeah. Hey, officer. Call a timeout here.
Yeah, yeah.
Call a timeout.
I want to take a shot here. No, bad idea.
Bad idea.
Timeout.
No, it could have been disaster. Elijah Mitchell still on that. He goes ahead and gets the first down.
Idiot.
And then
Runs
even
out of bounds.
Shanahan, I thought he was just going to blow his head off.
Mm-hmm.
He's over there just practically screaming at the guy, and you don't see Shanahan really getting that upset that often.
No.
Stays in bounds after he gets the first down.
Yeah. Oh, no, he ran out of bounds. Should have stayed in.
Or, I'm sorry. Yes, I said that incorrectly. Yes.
Yeah, so they get the first down that wins the game. Mm-hmm. And then he does the only thing that you can't do.
Which is
and
get
goes out of bounds.
Right.
So now you need another first down.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Dallas should have never even got the ball back, which that was the dumbest fucking play I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I felt bad for Zeke.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get
train
to that.
wreck.
Yeah.
So before that, though, Dalton Schultz with 3 catches on that final drive from Dallas with 45 seconds left, no timeouts. How are you not getting that ball down the field? How are you doing? I mean, once again, maybe it is Kellen Moore. I mean, you're in that kind of situation. You have no timeouts. How are you not getting the ball down?
You got Lamb, who's great.
Yeah.
You have time to throw to the middle of the field.
Yeah.
To get way down there.
Yeah. To at least give a chance for a Hail Mary, if nothing else. You got to give yourself a chance instead of
you could hit one in the middle of the field, clock it with like 15 left, and then try something to the sideline.
I mean, Dak, they're back there at the 25, and they pull that hook and ladder type or whatever that never ever developed.
It didn't even look like Zeke. He just snapped and was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm."
He
dead.
absolutely got rolled. It was so. I mean, I love Zeke, but I quite honestly, I think that was a huge overpayment by Jerry Jones.
That was dumb.
Yeah, it was dumb.
I mean, he was super hot,
Especially knowing you have Pollard.
Yeah, correct.
He's already been there for 2 years.
Correct.
Let's pay Zeke all this money.
Yeah,
that was dumb.
Very dumb. Back to Schultz though. So 3 catches on that final drive, went out of bounds with no upfield movement. I didn't know that. I didn't know the rules of that. I was looking at that. I didn't know that.
He didn't either.
Yeah,
but
I'm not a tight end in the NFL either.
I think that's just an honest. You always just in your head get out of bounds.
Is that a new rule?
No, that's always been the rule.
Has it always been the rule? I've never seen that. I've seen guys just scamper out of bounds before, and I guess
I feel like it's never been enforced until just now.
Right.
In a very crucial part of a very good game.
Yeah. Is it?
But
I don't know.
How much do we ever pay attention to that?
Right. And I guess maybe that's why I didn't even know it was a rule. But as a tight end in the NFL, you got to know you need to make a progression upfield.
Especially in that situation.
And then he gets another pass, and he just kind of nonchalantly doesn't get his other foot in bounds. Yayo's over.
Yeah,
that was
they could have chucked it from there.
Yeah. That was
they lost
inexcusable.
Like 14 yards.
Yeah. And they burned another down.
Yeah.
And all that clock. So
yeah, that was very dumb to not make that.
I just think that's kind of inexcusable. So I got to get to this though. So do you hear about Jerry Jones down there pregame? I guess Maher was practicing his kicks. And Jerry Jones comes down to the field, and he kind of gives him a pep talk. We don't really know. At least that's what they're saying. Him and Anger, who is the holder, he's down there. And I'm like what are you doing? And so I just...
Did you see fucking Debo giving him the runaround? Just standing right in front of
didn't.
him so they can't kick?
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Yeah. During the practice.
Hilarious.
That is.
Yeah, they had gotten like an altercation about it. Which to me is it's a good head game to play, but it's kind of fucking greasy to do. Like, just let the guy get his kicks in and get the hell off the field.
I have the audio of this. And I'll just go ahead and play this. Yeah, I have the Fox report of Jerry Jones down the field. You really can't see what he's saying, but...
Everybody heard about the 4 missed extra points by Brett Maher in that game Monday night. This is 3 hours before kickoff today. He's walking around the field, kind of with his own thoughts, put his uniform on, missed a couple of kicks, and then we saw the owner, Jerry Jones, come out and talk to both Maher and the holder, Brian Angerer. You take a look at this, Grog. I mean, first of all...
down there. I mean, Jerry being Jerry.
Yeah.
You missed this kick here today, boy.
Right. Or...
it ain't about getting fired anymore.
So...
I know some people.
See that here? Yeah. That's where your kids go to school.
Yeah. This is your wife, Brenda. You think the Italian mob's the only mob?
Right.
You ain't never heard of Texas.
Boy, I got oil money.
Yeah. And I got it from my parents.
So this brings me up to...
never going to jail.
Brings me up to a great point. A couple weeks ago, we did a Raw Doggers t-shirt giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and put this clip out on our social media. I want you, and we're going to have a contest, I want you to comment what you think Jerry Jones was saying to Mar during that time. Best comment, we'll read it on air next pod, and we're going to go ahead and give away one of our Raw Doggers Sportscast koozies. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm
like
down.
it?
That'll be fun.
We'll get that clip out there. We'll be the judge. Maybe we'll use a impartial person.
No. It'll be up to us, so make it good.
Yeah.
Make it good. Definitely make it good. I want all those comments.
And, don't worry about getting canceled.
Nope.
Right, and you. By the way, you're going to have a lot better chance of winning the contest if you go ahead and share.
Yeah.
Yep.
Share the posts, whatever social media platform you prefer. But
we are partial, very.
we are partial. All right. So the other thing is, or not the other thing. Yeah, I wanted to bring this up too. I was actually going to save this for the CJ. Well, I will do that. Cut that part out, would you, Ryan? AFC Championship game. We're going to get right into those. We talked about this, the 3-point swing with the Patrick Mahomes news. It's definitely a high ankle sprain. Kansas City, -2.5. The Bengals 1.5. I wanted to say this too. So guess who? The Eagles have the most sacks. Guess who has the next most sacks in the league?
I'm gonna punch you if it's the Bengals.
The Ravens?
Kansas City.
I could see that.
Kansas City's front. Now, I went ahead and looked at this, though, and I started looking back through Kansas City's games. So they had like 5 against Jimmy G. They had 5 against the Rams before they got Baker Mayfield when they had, Humpty and Dumpty in there.
Right, XFL.
Okay. Yeah, right. Guys are going to start in that league. Yeah, The Rock. So that's probably a little bit of discrepancy. Plus, I think they had 5 against Stidham, maybe that last week.
Chris Jones is a mother.
But, man, it surprised me that they were the second. I mean, there's still 15 sacks behind the Eagles. But that front, will they go ahead and not Spicoli. That's the guy for not Spicoli. That's what I call him, Spagnoli. I call him Spicoli whenever I see him. He's like, yeah, I'll get out there. So is he going to be able to do something? I haven't seen the status on any of the offensive linemen for the Bengals.
I think they may get one of them back, but that's the only.
Spicoli, I think, would be able to scheme. What I worry about Kansas City, though, is that back end with those rookies. But we're seeing that with we're seeing that if you have a lot more pressure up front, it takes a lot of pressure off the back end.
Yep.
It becomes a game where Burrow has to get the ball out quick now. So you're not hitting Jamar in space.
And this is a revenge game for Kansas City.
Yeah.
They've lost to him, 3 times in a row now?
3 straight games going back to last season, regular season, and
playoffs.
then the playoffs, and then this season.
Yeah.
What are the odds to beat a team 4 times in a row?
Yeah, and now we're talking about, even with Mahomes out there, a hobbled Mahomes.
And Mahomes doesn't have to be crazy mobile.
But they beat a good Mahomes 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, a fully healthy Mahomes. So what are they, let me ask you this. Do you think that they're in their heads at this point? You think that's a real thing?
I think the worst thing for Kansas City is they're playing at home. Because Cincinnati are fucking road dogs. They love playing on the road.
Yeah.
You play Cincinnati at home, they fucking suck.
Yeah.
The Browns beat them almost every time we've played them at home.
So I think out of those 3 wins, one was in Cincinnati. It was this season's. The other 2 were at Kansas City, though, which a lot of people say may be the hardest place to play in the league.
That's what they say.
Between that and the Saints.
Well, the Bengals just better hope they don't have to play Chad Henne.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to bring that up in that segment, too.
They better hope there's no situation like that.
So if they come in there, Chad Henne's not winning the game for you, right? I mean, let's put it this way.
He's the GOAT.
Let's say Mahomes. Okay, let's say.
There's no way Mahomes isn't playing.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not saying that.
If he tweaks
Could there be a problem though if he retweaks that high ankle sprain? You bring
there's
going to
be
he's not winning a half, is he?
There's 3 people
against the Bengals. Is Chad Henne winning a half?
I don't know.
He's not going to lose him the game.
Yeah.
That's the fucking NFL. Anything's
you
possible.
don't. Yeah, you don't.
It's insane.
There's going to be 3 people on the sideline with shit to stick into his ankle to make sure that
Mahomes,
he stays out
that's
there.
my one gripe about Mahomes is he is soft as fuck.
Yeah.
Injury wise, he gets you get banged up, but I feel like his bang ups are like, oh, I'm out of the game.
He did come back last week.
I know.
And I got to give
wanted to come.
And
back.
I was with you, Brandon, on that too. But I got to give him full credit for playing through it on this.
Yeah.
He's like, damn it, Henne's coming in there. No bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the keys to this game for both squads? You think?
Get pressure on Burrow.
Yeah.
For Kansas City, and Kelsey needs 17 catches again.
Yeah.
If they do that, they'll have a chance. And Cincinnati, again, if they get pressure on Mahomes, he's not going to be as mobile. That'll probably knock any chance that they have out to win.
Do me a favor, and I didn't look this up. Look at that game, if you could, with Kansas City and Cincinnati. It seemed like Kelsey only had maybe 1 target, because I think we were watching that together after the Browns game that week.
That's fucking Lou. He's scheming out there.
So are we back on the Lou bandwagon?
I like Kansas City in this game.
You do?
I just don't see Andy Reid.
That's what it comes down to. It's an Andy Reid football team, which Cincinnati has their number, but
I mean, they beat him by 3.
But what did Kelsey have in that? What did he have in that game? Because it seemed to me it wasn't that great. In the first half, particularly, they held him. He held Kelsey.
He had 4 for 56.
Okay.
4 catches is not a lot.
It's not for Kelsey.
Well, and P. Ryan had 106 yards rushing that game.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. Yeah, I mean, that's if they can come out and they can stop the run. I think their front's going to be a little bit better than what Buffalo did last week.
Yeah.
They might get a lineman back, but, let's be real here.
Yeah. So that's the thing, too. Going back to my other point, I think Spicoli's going to go ahead and have...
Spicoli.
Yeah. He's going to go ahead and do a little bit better. Word's out... it's out on McDermott right now. I don't know. I mean, I like the guy. I do. I don't know with that.
I mean, he's not going to lose his job.
No. I'm not saying that. But, Dorsey could be, maybe he's going to be out with them. I don't know.
I think he'll have another shot, but they need to do something to have some semblance of a running game, a traditional running game.
I agree. Okay, moving on to the NFC Championship game this week. Eagles opened at -3.5. I thought that was pretty high. And then it immediately went down to 2.5. Eagles favored by 2.5. Basically, the two best defenses in the league. I mean, this is going to be an all-timer, like I think, as far as defenses. I mean, if we thought that Dallas and Niners game was good, this is going to be – I think it's just going to be insane.
It's going to be a fucking boring game.
I mean, obviously, pounding the under is –
yeah.
What is
the under?
It's got to be –
I could still see.
It's got to be under 40.
I could still see Philly.
It wasn't under –
up.
I thought it was like 42 maybe.
I don't know, though.
It's so
San Fran's
tough.
defense is so fucking good.
They're
so
good,
good.
but Philly's offense is a full day.
Yeah.
I know.
And
Well,
Philly's defense. We were just talking
so
about
is
them
the
being
49ers,
all-timers.
though.
I mean,
And the way Kyle Shanahan
I would not
does
bet the
things
over/under
is-
in this game
it's tough to
because
get on
I could
that.
see it being 10-7, but I could also see it being 34-28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really could be.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look this up again, too. I should have wrote that down, the over-under.
I bet you it's 42.
I was thinking 42 was
40.
sticking in my head. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you...
40.5 maybe.
Yeah, 40.5 would be what I would guess.
Get out of me.
46. Wow.
Hammer the under.
Yeah, I would think so.
Jesus.
I know.
Kansas City
that's
and
a
the
Vegas-
Bengals
stay
is
away.
only
That's a
46
Vegas
and a
bet.
half.
Yeah,
Bait.
that's because of Mahomes, right? Because I think it opened up at 50 or 49, so it already got bet down. But wow.
I think if the over-under doesn't hit in the Niners-Dallas game, it's definitely not hitting in the fucking Philly game.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same game for the Niners, really. I mean, Philly's a little bit better.
I mean, their offense is better.
I know. It's
Yeah.
a little bit better.
It's a little bit better. Well, maybe just go down. I mean, who'd you give him the coaching advantage there?
Kyle Shanahan.
Okay. Quarterback?
Philly.
Hurts.
It's got to be Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Defense, pretty even,
That's
right?
so
Yeah.
it's close.
Running
so
game.
Close.
How about running game?
Niners?
Okay. So, well, like, what, 2-2 or,
Yeah.
how about wide receiver? How about scorers?
Niners.
Philly.
I'd say Niners.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown and
I mean,
Ayuk.
Ayuk is the same as Devontae.
Yeah.
They're the same guy.
I'd take A.J. over Debo.
Yeah, but Debo is just
It's those runs.
He's a utility
Yeah,
guy.
that's what worries.
He's
yeah,
not a
with
pure
that.
wideout.
But if you can hold him to being a utility guy, not a
But
deep
they have
threat.
Kittle. I'll take Kittle over.
Goddard.
I'll take
Goddard?
Debo plus Kittle over Goddard plus AJ.
And they probably have the best offensive lines in the league right
Yeah.
now, left in the league right now too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really
Both
even.
of them.
It's
It's
really even
super
on both
even.
sides.
I
of the
can't wait to
ball.
watch that game.
I know. I think it's going to be just an absolutely fantastic
as
game.
much as Brock Purdy's a rookie. Hurts is just as untested.
Yeah.
In big games, so it's a fucking.
It's his second year in the playoffs, though.
I know, but this is a gigantic game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he's got it at home.
Yeah, that's.
I think that might
That'll
be
be
the
wild.
edge.
So it's basically going to come down to, I think, which defense can scheme up against the opposing quarterback.
I think it's who wins the turnover battle.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great
If
point.
Brock Purdy goes out and throws 2 interceptions, they lose this game.
But he doesn't turn it over. His interception touchdown ratio is
Hurts
4 to
doesn't
1.
really turn it over either.
Yeah, Hurts
Yeah.
doesn't turn it over either.
And
But
once again-
you're playing defenses that can make you turn it over. That's the thing.
And Brock Purdy, I think at Iowa State, I think I saw a graphic on this too. Him and Hurts.
Yeah, it was
played
like
against each other.
42-41.
Yeah. I mean, it's tight
Yeah.
in that Big 12 with no defense. Now you have defenses. Wow. It definitely has a
That'll be
chance to
an
be all
awesome game
time.
to watch. I'm glad that's the early game because I can actually pay attention.
Before you get too many lattes in you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out
I feel
there.
like Philadelphia needed that to be the early game.
Yeah.
They can't have 2 8:00 games back-to-back weekends. That city would fall apart.
By the way, did you happen to see, I saw this on TikTok too, did you see the line of cars that were headed into Arrowhead? and like how they had to.
Nick told me. He said
it was unreal.
Down a lane of the highway and we're fucking tailgating.
Yeah,
on the
and
highway.
you can see Arrowhead clear off in the distance.
Yeah.
It looked like Field of Dreams. I mean, it was the craziest shit ever.
Which is wild because
for the Chiefs game.
Which is wild because the Chiefs stadium is the parking is there.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That was crazy. I didn't know if you saw that too.
Nick told me people were tailgating on the fucking highway.
Yeah.
They closed down a whole lane, and I'm just like,
because the game.
Okay.
Yeah, because the game.
Yeah.
What time was kickoff for that? I mean,
That
was the early one, right? It was 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but this was like at sunrise.
Fucking A, man.
They were talking about how there's
can't drink all day
Chiefs
if you don't
fans,
start in the morning.
Yeah. They were talking about how there's Chiefs fans that were already getting the Kansas City barbecue cooking out on the highway, so it'd be ready by game time.
God.
I mean, let's be real. That's definitely something we would do.
Oh yeah,
dude, Cleveland. If we ever had a home playoff game,
just
shut it down.
We would have to go up the night before and stay.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna sleep.
There's no getting off of fucking 71.
I'm just gonna sleep on like the RTA transit all night. That way I don't have to buy another ticket.
Yeah.
Just all the way around.
I'm gonna sleep by Tobacco Joe in the back of the car.
There's no remembering the second half of the game either.
No.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our Crying Jordan, the CJ segments of the week. You guys you always want me to start off?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I've got a couple of them here. The Bills for sure are getting this one, so everybody's up. Everybody's you're seeing all people's profile pics. You're seeing shirts being made, and the DeMar Hamlin. So this one came out, and I had to repost it, and then I added a couple things to it. Lose by 3 scores for DeMar.
Yeah.
And it's got the little Crying Jordan
Buffalo
right on there.
How much of a just like anti-story is that he like showed up and is there waving
and then they
just thing,
and I thought it was going to be
absolutely fucking.
They came out flat as fuck.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs apparently was pissed.
Dude, he should be pissed. He didn't see shit the whole game.
And then this happened too. So I have to give McCarthy one. So apparently it was right after the game. They're heading in the locker room. The coaches are walking across the field. McCarthy basically puts up an arm, almost stiff arming the cameraman. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see
it. Was So I have the clip of this. But
he's not that close.
He was pretty close. So let me show you this.
Yeah, but look at what they fucking.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. So I actually have the still shot of this, where the cameraman's just.
Oh my god!
Look at the guts on both of them.
That's just an angry fat man. That's what that is.
So I went ahead and I had to give him one on this.
What a prick!
And I got the. I really wasn't sure whether to give it to the cameraman,
right,
or give it to McCarthy. Then the huge L right down there.
What are the insurance policies for NFL cameramen?
Oh my God, my neck!
Jesus, they get fucked every game. Every game, there's some wide receiver annihilating a cameraman. Just looking at the crowd.
And they're always getting plowed in the end zone, or at the first down markers, or at
Can't we just make these stadiums give that little 5-yard buffer there? Nobody's going to be mad.
Nobody's going to be here. You got telescopic lenses.
Yeah.
You can get your shots.
They probably have that in the budget. We have at least 6 ACLs to repair this year.
For cameramen.
Yeah.
Got to give one to Dak. Not mine, I stole it, but putting the R. Kelly on the football.
Jesus.
Awesome.
Just fantastic. And of course Zeke getting pounded. I had to
Dude, he got blown the fuck up. It just looked like he gave up.
That would be mine, was Zeke. That play, he was probably just pumped that he snapped the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
And then got annihilated immediately after.
And I know I'm picking on the Cowboys here, but then, finally we got Dalton Schultz, and he's got that weird neck thing that I don't know what that is. It's something that has to do with the injury. I didn't look that up, but so I went ahead and just gave him like the half U chain here.
That's fucked.
But is it me or does that guy have like Mike Glennon type neck length?
Oh, yeah.
They probably put that on to separate.
You think that's Mike Glennon's illegitimate child?
Probably. Was Mike Glennon retarded? Because Schultz seems to be.
He does.
Didn't Mike Glennon start for somebody in the last week?
Miami signed him.
Okay.
They signed Miami because Teddy was going to be out, and then they weren't sure about Skylar Moore.
Right.
Yeah, so Mike Glennon, never saw him during the game. He's probably like
getting a check,
just like McCown. He's just staying in Texas, wherever he is at home. Once again, calling the plays in.
Yeah,
like the kid playing Madden.
He's fucking Alex Moran,
my hero.
What do you guys got?
Dude, you rolled through all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Zeke. I think
take Zeke.
Hilarious.
Take Zeke.
I'm just
because
in
that
Bills
fucking
Mafia
scenario, Zeke's like, you want me to do what?
Right?
What the fuck are you? I know we did this in practice.
You see
that's practice.
You see how long, like before they snapped it, they kept going to him, and he was just standing there like.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that play. So what was going on with that? Is that really what you got all your guys out there, your playmakers?
What's insane is if it's a lateral, no one was around him at all to throw the ball
It
back.
was like
it was supposed to be Dak coming around.
Yeah.
But my thing is, why isn't he going up and then behind the fucking linemen that were out there? Why not just throw it quick to the dude?
He threw a 6-yard slant is what he threw to just be annihilated.
It made no sense.
Yeah.
And I think probably what they thought was going to happen is Zeke not getting fucked.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
and then
you would think Dak would have more time to do something.
Yeah.
And once again, they just plowed Zeke.
Oh, just destroyed
I'm sure that had to be... I could see the world where Zeke, he hikes the ball, and then... I think they knew he was going to try to backpedal behind Dak, right? At some point, or just
that's probably why he took him out.
He
just
exactly just stood there. Wham!
Wham! Once again, it might be going back to Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy.
Well, they said, there's no good play there. But why just line up a regular formation, have a guy have a crossing route, have him catch it, and then try to do the flip.
Yeah.
That was trying to be too cute.
Because that made Zeke ineligible. They announced it.
Yeah, but he could still pitch it back to him.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Yes, yeah. That's why I was thinking maybe maybe Zeke was going to try to get behind Dak.
Yeah, but Fred Warner was just like, fuck
They
that.
blew it up. And obviously they knew that he was going to be ineligible, so this is the guy that's going to get the ball here.
Right.
Get him on the ground.
Yeah,
it was a good idea, but it was kind of obvious. And I think, too, like when they were punting, like they were bitching on the broadcast when they punted before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't they punting it? And the freaking ref is literally standing there not letting them snap the ball. Like, why are you bitching about McCarthy? They're not and why is the clock running?
Right.
Like, at the end of that game, there was a lot of weird shit that happened.
So this has been out for a couple weeks, too. I have one more here, and I almost forgot about it. Actually, I got a couple more if we want to go ahead and give Stephon Diggs his due.
Yes.
He looks good.
He looks really good, right?
That's true.
I would get that guy's number, I'm pretty sure.
He kind of looks like Michael Jordan.
He
honestly.
does, yeah.
So, of course, I think everybody at this point's heard about, where was that at? In Tennessee? The woman police officer who basically just got around the office. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
So
what is the hype around that? I don't get that.
Yeah, I guess
America.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like maybe an open marriage or something, but they both worked the same police department.
Who fucking cares?
I know,
man?
but I had to at least I had to steal this one too. So
that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
With the Giants just
getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Getting trained.
Yeah.
Absolutely
getting trained. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do with our best bets of the weekend. I throw these nuggets out here I have the last couple weeks. First off, in the last 4 seasons, the underdog is 4-4 against the spread and straight up. But before that, the home teams were 13-5 straight up in conference championship games. So flip a coin, and kind of we have that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could
Both games
you almost kind of expect one dog to win, and one dog to win, and one favorite to win, and it's going to stay true to those stats. So just kind of leading off of that. Eagles are 19-2 straight up in their last 21 games as a favorite. Straight up, not even against the spread. And no rookie quarterback has ever made the Super Bowl. And I thought Marino made it.
Second year.
It was his second year.
Yeah.
No rookie quarterback ever beat Tom Brady either.
Yeah.
Or had Kyle Shanahan in that defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, records are made to be broken.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just going off of just straight stats.
No, if I was a betting man this weekend, I would put money on the Eagles.
As much as I hate it, I'm going to probably ride Cincinnati as the dog, and I hate it.
If I was betting, yes, I would pick Cincinnati because they get all the breaks. So
I'd pick the Eagles in Cincinnati. I think the Eagles by it could be a field goal or less. I mean, I kind of agree with that spread.
I'm gonna go opposite.
Yeah,
both.
Are you? You're gonna go Niners and Chiefs?
It's an all-red Super Bowl.
Okay,
rematch a Super Bowl, whatever that was.
Yeah. 2 years ago.
Super Bowl fuckity duck.
Yeah,
I'd like that. So then
I'm gonna look at some teaser bets, see what we get.
Right.
I hope the Niners end up dogs, because I'll take them.
So teaser, yeah. Well, they are dogs right now. I mean,
That's what
they're
I'm saying.
So you're gonna
when I bet
add
Sunday,
Go ahead and get the 6.5 on that, or 6
points. Yeah.
Get that on there. Okay, all right. I think that's a good
for sure. And
if you were a betting man, Ryan, what are you thinking?
if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on Philadelphia and Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I
That's why
feel.
I'm taking teasers.
Right,
Teasers
Give
are
yourself
like
a little
fuck you to Vegas.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
we're not going to give you shit for odds, but
It is.
fuck you, Vegas.
I also constructed a DraftKings lineup, and I left Mahomes out, which is unheard of. But I left him out, left me some cash in there. I got Burrow in the captain spot. I got Pachenko in there. Kelsey is in there. And then I think I have Harrison Butker. I took him as a kicker. And I took Cincinnati's defense. What do you think about that lineup, Brandon? Just for a DraftKings guy. Just DraftKings, pure DraftKings.
I don't know. I mean, this feels like a sneaky Tyler Boyd game to me.
Yeah.
Getting him for just dog shit cheap.
Yeah.
Because all he needs is like 5 for 90 and a touchdown.
Oh, that's who else?
That's breaking the lineup.
Yeah, that was 5. The 6th I had was T. Higgins. I left Jamar Chase out too.
Okay.
So I left T. Higgins in there.
I don't hate on that at all.
Yeah.
I think McKinnon might have another game, though.
Yeah.
He's fucking due.
Yeah, I agree with that. And before Pacheco was really relevant, that's where we're at. So I think there was one other little stat here on Travis Kelce. I believe it was... Yeah, Travis Kelce has hit the over in receptions in his last 5 playoff games.
What are those normally set at? Like
well,
6?
last week's was 6.5, and I cashed in on that one.
In the first half.
You would think this. That's another reason why I wanted you to look up that last game. What did you say he was 4 for
56.
So it's going to be interesting to see where Vegas puts that prop line at. I'd have to look it up. No, receptions for Kelce.
I think if Mahomes is hurt, he's going to get more catches.
Right.
Yeah.
Kelce will.
Because Henny's going to have to... And you saw that when Henny came in, even the second quarter.
I just mean even if Mahomes
he's playing
plays and he's
hobbled,
bummed, that's going to help Kelce even more.
Yes, great point. Great point. It would be interesting to see that. Do you have that prop? Would you be able to look that up? Look that prop
Kelce?
up just right now for Kelce receptions.
Yeah, I'll look it.
I should have been prepared.
No, you're right.
It was 6.5 last week, and he just blew that. He blew that out of the water.
First quarter.
Because the prop bet I had last week, I was sweating the Trevor Lawrence pick, but he eventually got it. It was towards the end of the game that went ahead and cashed my 5 leg.
This is just giving me over under. Oh, the receptions. There we go.
Over, under.
I'm just curious to see where Vegas is putting, because it doesn't seem if he's going if he's hit over on 5 in the last 5 playoff games, he's at 6.5 again, and he had 4 against Cincinnati early in the season.
Yeah, I'll take the over on that all day.
Yeah, they ain't going to duplicate that. I'm sorry.
It's not going to be that. But what I'm saying is he going to hit the over? He had
think so.
4.
I like the over on Tyler Boyd 3.5.
Yeah,
over's plus 140. That's pretty good fucking odds.
Put Tyler Boyd
for 4 catches.
How about you put Tyler Boyd and Kelsey in? What's the totals for Joe Burrow touchdowns?
Back. Oh, great! Take me all the way fucking back. Piece of shit app.
Once again, I should have had this ready.
Passing props. Joe Burrow 1.5 tutties.
1.5 touchdowns.
I'll take the over.
So take the over in that and take Kelsey.
Yeah.
What's that paying if you put those two together in just a two-leg prop? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So I just want to see what the plus was.
Add mo.
Probably not a whole lot.
Yeah, it'll
350 maybe. That's my guess.
Let me get back.
If it's 350, I'm betting it.
Plus 350 you want?
If it's plus 350, I'm betting it.
You want receptions and
I want total touchdowns by Burrow and over receptions for Kelsey.
Yeah, okay. That's what I got.
Yeah.
You guys are degenerates.
Absolute degenerates.
We are.
You can edit this.
It doesn't. You can't parlay them.
Oh, you really?
No.
Damn.
At least not on DraftKings.
Okay.
You should be able to parlay literally anything.
Yeah, I know. It's funny how they have that
fucking
set up.
Stupid how they do it.
It's how they have it set up. Okay, guys. Anything else?
No, sir.
This week you want to cover going into the conference championships? Are the Braves playing or Florida State? What are we doing?
Arrowhead.
Oh, I know. Okay.
That's racist, though. We should not do that.
You should not.
It's
You should definitely should not.
Yeah.
Or no, you can't do that. All right. Once again, I want to go ahead and get that the contest out for the beer koozies. If you want to go ahead and tell us what Jerry Jones is telling Brett Maher.
Yes.
Best comment wins. Ryan?
Just go ahead, like and subscribe, share on all your social medias. We'd appreciate it, and appreciate you guys hanging around. Is this episode 20 now?
Episode 20.
Ooh,
wow.
The big 2-0.
Big 2-0.
Big 2-0.
Hey,
We're
next
cranking.
episode, we can drink. 21.
21.
You can bang her.
Perfect.
You can't take her out.
Let's do it for a Friday. We get fucking hammered.
Okay, Raw Doggers out.
Raw Doggers out.